Most of us hope to never experience nor understand the cost of war in any capacity. Saga of Tanya the Evil breaks down the true impact that a world war can have on all involved and brings light to the things that lie just below the surface in a clean 12-episode run. Death and destruction go hand in hand with war. Tactical planning plays a key role in ensuring the victory of your military, advancing your troops and working to create a stronghold, using the troops at your disposal in order to garner an advantage, working for an upper hand in the trenches, blitzing the enemy in order to force discomfort and then devastating them and cutting off their resources in order to force surrender, winning by any means necessary. On the surface, civilians have come to understand that at the very least, where there is war, there will be casualties. Lives will be lost. Homes, towns, villages, and cities will be destroyed, all for the sake of furthering a nation's individual goal of growth. However, consequence goes deeper than the surface, as war can afflict middle-class areas and cause them to become impoverished. The initial example given is in the opening moments of main character Tanya Degrachov's origin story. She is raised in the orphanage of a country experiencing war, and they are down to very few remaining resources. This aspect is further explored and given greater detail as the Empire, focusing solely on expansion, has left Aden City behind and caused them to experience famine and desolation. Now the remaining citizens have to fend for themselves as they look to change their fortunes and destroy the empire that once governed them. Every job comes with challenges, but with war, there are things that you may experience that most cannot fathom. The psychological and physiological disease that can plague any experienced soldier's mind are explored in great detail over the course of episode 8 through the eyes of Lieutenant Grants. He begins the episode hopeful, optimistic, and unbothered by war. His descent into madness begins early as he sees a frightened soldier on enemy lines with his weapon pointed down, full of fear, knowing what is to become of him. Grants not too soon after finds himself questioning his personal feelings on the orders that he was given when approaching the Battle of Aden City. Charred limbs and debris are all he can see as his mental state is then pushed further and further over the edge as he walks through the dismantled battleground and gets a closer look at the destruction that he and his battalion have just caused. He is pushed to his limit as he hears the announcement come from command, stating that the remaining mages are to be taken out, and once they are cleared, another attack will occur, subsequently killing the remaining villagers. All of this pressure then proceeds to cause Grants to crack as the snowball effect from watching those whom seemed helpless continue to be killed time and time again, and his initial stance of morality feeling grayer by the moment, as those whom he thought he was protecting have turned their back to him and now live only for revenge. The true price of war and what lies underneath the surface of death hits him all at once. Behind every uniform, there is an individual, and beside every individual is a support system of friends, family, and comrades. Win, lose, or draw, beyond war, soldiers have a life that they would like to experience and be present for. Commander Aung San Suu and Captain Unger show the humanity attached to soldiers that civilians have a tendency to forget. They show the drive that soldiers have to return home and their motivation to make a better life for their families. Commander Sue's story specifically shows how soldiers are just doing their best to make a better life for their wives and children in the best way that they know how. Both show the emotion felt when leaving your family behind for months, possibly years at a time, in order to fight for your country. Every army has soldiers, but before they were soldiers, they were and will always be people.